Welcome to Lincoln, Nebraska, home of the Cornhuskers and home to some of the most loyal fans in the sport where, once again, Memorial Stadium will be sold out. What a matchup we have in store. It's still early in the season, but this is a major test for a couple of squads who've gotten out of the gate undefeated. As we'll see a team fresh and ready to go off a bye week, the UCLA Bruins, taking on the winners of 3 straight, the Nebraska Cornhuskers. For EA Sports College Football, I'm Reese Davis, joined here in the booth, as always, by David Pollack and Jesse Palmer. Guys, let's tee this one up. The Bruins will kick it off to get us underway. On the move from inside his 5. Didn't find any crease in that kickoff coverage, and he'll be stopped at the 17. The Cornhuskers offense will get the first crack at it here. And here he is. Let me tell you about this wide receiver. He is a route-running DB, toasting, pass-catching, touchdown-scoring, son of a gun.
I can't wait to see how this defense is going to try and corral this guy, because you play man-to-man, you risk him running right by you and catching the deep ball, but you play zone and you give him the opportunity to potentially make yards after the catch. Going to have to be really careful trying to cover that dude.
Delay of game. Offense.
There's a difference between being methodical and thorough and slow. They were slow, and they got the flag. A first down for the offense. Handoff from the gun. They make the stop, but not before he takes a chunk out of what they need to move the sticks.
Well, it's plays like that that'll help this offense stay in rhythm all game long. If you can have that kind of success on first down running the football, it just opens up your entire playbook moving forward.
And here comes the offense on second down. Oh, it's a reverse. On the move at the 30. He'll get it up to about the 32-yard line before he stopped, and it'll be first down. Here's this offense with a fresh set of downs. He wants to throw. The freshman able to get home with the sack.
I like the defense there and their mentality. After getting gashed on the ground, they just turn the page and they generate the pass rush the very next play.
The receivers often will run their route based on a side adjustment. On the run, still looking. Zings it complete to the right. And the defense makes a big hit and knocks him down.
And a really nice job by the wide receiver. You run a drag route, find space. They're in zone coverage. They're not covering man-to-man. Find a little hole. Look at that QB. Y'all get on the same page. You could tell they were, and that's why they got the first down.
Looking to throw on third. He took a hit as he threw it and couldn't deliver the football. It's incomplete, and fourth down's coming. The Cornhuskers will try to pin them back with the punt. This will be their first punt of the afternoon. On the return, it's Peters. He's brought down, but a really solid effort to pick up every bit of yardage he could on the punt return. The Bruins offense will go to work for the first time today. One way to mitigate the explosive capabilities he has on the outside is be physical with him, and this dude will do that.
He will do that, and you don't see a lot of offenses take the top off this D because of this guy roaming around in the middle of the field. He is a true center fielder, so this receiver's going to have to make plays.
But this just is such a great job of getting guys on the ground. A lot of people are in position, but he makes plays, so him versus a dynamic wide receiver on the outside would be a great matchup.
They're trying to get to him. Fires into traffic. It's picked off. Didn't get a ton on the return, but the most important thing, he got the ball, and they've got it at the 48.
QB's got to pick and choose their spots when they want to be really aggressive and try to fit balls in tight windows. Great job by the DB, making a big play, getting the ball back to its offense.
First down here for the offense. The give to the back. We'll give him a couple on that one. 2nd and 8 coming up.
Oh, man, there's some big hitting going on in the trenches right now. This defense, they take a lot of pride in stopping the run. Let's keep our eye on them throughout the course of the game and see if they can contain this running attack.
Touch pass on the run. And this one will be stopped for no gain.
I like offenses being creative. I'm not sure if that was the best place to call that play. I think this offense needs to think about just doing things a little bit more by the book. They've got a lot of good playmakers. You don't have to reinvent the wheel this early in the game.
Trying to move the sticks on 3rd down through the air. And the pressure gets to him. Down goes the quarterback. And the Huskers send out the punt unit. This will be the 2nd time they've had to kick it away. Fair catch called for and made. The UCLA offense is back on the field, ready to go to work. After that last pick, David, they really need to take care of the ball this time.
No doubt. And Palmer, I want to know what Spurrier said to you on the sideline after a pick.
Do that again, and you'll be right here beside me for the rest of the game. You got to go out. You got to call your plays, and I hope this coaching staff isn't going to be afraid to throw it this drive.
From the gun, the running back has it. They get him on the ground after he gets enough to move the sticks. And the Bruins racing to the line in the hurry-up. They go to the ground.
Another big play for this offense, and I'll tell you, historically, in the best UCLA units offensively, whether they're throwing it, whether they're in the shotgun, whether they're going up-tempo or they're not, it's always so important to have balance. They've always had a guy they can turn around and hand the football off to keep defenses honest. This guy with his power and his speed, he really gives this offense a lot of flexibility.
Martin will throw it. Fires to the wideout. Got his man. He gets it to the 31-yard line. A big play for this offense. The Bruins will snap it on 1st and 10. Finds a crease at the 20. And he's brought down, but a flag is also down.
Hold it. Offense.
We'll repeat the previous down, but this time the offense has 10 more yards it has to cover. Well, that's going to make it a little tougher. It's 1st and 20. They'll ride the running back and leave it with him. 1-step wrap, 2-step squeeze. This junior knows how to get him on the ground. Tried to pound it on 1st down, now back to the line. The give to the running back from the shotgun. And they swarm him under. This 3rd down play more than manageable from the 24. Can the defense stand tall? They'll try to pick up the 1st through the air. He looks that one in nicely. He steps out of bounds, but it will be enough for a 1st down. And the Bruins look to do some damage in the red zone. Trying to cap this drive with the pass. Makes the catch. It's Gray. Stopped after making the catch. 2nd down coming up on this red zone opportunity. Defense showing plenty of pre-snap movement of their own. On 2nd down, he'll fire. Floats it out in space. He is stopped behind the line of scrimmage. They'll lose yards on that one. 3rd down, and this crowd will blow out a vocal cord to help this defense. Martin back to pass. They're bringing heat. He wants it all. It's complete. Able to make his way past the sticks for the 1st down, and the time is going to drain out here in the 1st quarter. It's been a defensive battle through the 1st period, and the stats tell that tale. They'll try to open this quarter by sticking it in the end zone here. A 1st down run in the red zone. They bring him down, and he's going to lose a yard on that one.
Well, we know this defense is one that plays with a lot of pride, right? And part of that is their ability stopping the run. They're a top 25 unit in the nation when it comes to stopping the rush, and that really helps them out down here in the red zone. They're going to have to step up big time in this situation.
They'll run it to the left looking for the end zone. He's dropped behind the line of scrimmage. That'll be a loss of 3. So loud it's rattling your fillings on 3rd and goal. The defense going to stop the clock with a timeout. They want to make sure they have everybody on the same page. Third down has been right in the wheelhouse for this offense. 2 for 2 on this drive and trying to do it again and score a touchdown. From the gun, wants to pass. He's got it. Takes it to the house. Touchdown, UCLA! Well, they started with horrible field position, but ended with perfect field position in the middle of the end zone.
It all comes down to execution, Reese. You've got to have guys going out and doing their jobs. You saw the offensive line up front. They were physical. Skilled players made it happen with the ball in their hands, and the quarterback really showed command on that last drive.
Lining up to cover the kick after that touchdown drive. He'll bring it out. It's Allen. Nice job by the kickoff team. Everybody stayed in their lanes, and they'll stop him at the 16. And here comes the Nebraska offense back onto the field. The last time we saw this offense, we had to look quick. It was a 3-and-out, Jesse.
They just had no rhythm in that last drive. So someone's going to have to step up and make a play, David, and get this thing going.
Yeah, let's find some juice. Find your guy. Find those plays.
Pass on the way. It's picked off. And he's wrapped up after a solid return on the pick.
I think everybody thinks when you say middle of the field safety, that's an easy responsibility. There's a lot of field in the middle, okay? I got to cover a lot of space. He does an unbelievable job covering space, breaking on the football, seeing the route, and going and getting the interception. Nice play by that safety.
You know, I really like this QB running the football because I know he's got a lot of speed, but he's not the biggest guy in the world. So he's not going to be able to break a lot of tackles. You really got to do a good job of trying to scheme ways to get him out in more space.
Running back looking for the end zone to the left. That play just never had a chance. They knock him down for a loss of 5. They loved him. He'll pay off with a touchdown instead of settling for 3, but it is 3rd and goal. Timeout is called, and it's the defense wanting to make sure that everyone's on the same page for this big down. They love to make this short field pay off with a touchdown instead of a field goal, but it's 3rd and goal. Going for 6. And it's incomplete as he tried to thread that needle to the back corner of the end zone. And it looks as if they've buzzed down. Replay wants to have another peek at that last play. And you know the standard is indisputable video evidence, and the officials will change the call. They'll try to add another to their lead. And the extra point pushes the lead to 14. Let's go to the studio now and check in with Kevin Connors. Kevin, what do you got?
Dynamite matchup today, fellas. Let's show you what's going down. Illinois is ahead right now, but the school that produced the likes of Dick Butkus and Red Grange has some work to do before this is over. They're up by 4 over Missouri. We'll circle back if anything big happens in this college football matchup.
And how about that one? Kevin will be keeping an eye on everything going on elsewhere. First down here for the offense. Looks as if they didn't get it off in time. It'll be a delay of game.
Delay of game. Offense.
Offense took a little bit too much time at the line there. The offense lining up for a first down play. Quick handoff. Couldn't fight his way out of his grasp.
Awesome job up front by this defensive line, being so good at the point of attack and eating blocks, eating some double teams that allows these linebackers to run free, unencumbered, and get to the football.
He's going to pass on second down. And they won't make the connection, looking to make a big play there. He had the speedster loose, and he just couldn't connect. Just a little too much juice on the pass.
Yeah, those ones that you got a guy wide open, a lot of times quarterbacks will tell you that those are the ones you kind of, like, I don't want to mess this up, and you either put way too little on it, or in this case, way too much on it, and overthrow the speedster.
A little release to the back. And he's not going to make it. The defense denying him the first down.
You got to love that. On defense, one of the most critical statistics out there is how do you play on third down? How do you prevent the opponent from keeping drives alive? Right there, tackling the catch. You gave up the completion. Whoop-de-doo. You've set up 4th and long. You're going to get the ball back. Go get some water and celebrate.
You want to talk about aggressive or nuts? This offense is staying on the field inside their own 30. On 4th down, they'll throw for it. He lets one fly deep. And they can't connect. A costly turnover on down.
Hey, at this point of the game, 4th and short, no problem going for it. 4th and medium, I think it's too early to start taking some of these chances. I think you need to just let the game play out a little bit and trust your defense.
Unloads to the wideout. Got him downfield. Touchdown, Bruins! Hauled it in and just kept right on running to the hallelujah land. These guys are really hitting their stride in week 4 as they push out that lead.
Well, this offense is top 10 in the country in points per game because they've got a lot of speed and they've got home run hitters. They score fast. They don't need 10 plays to go down the field. You saw it right there. They've recruited well. They've got playmakers. They're going to be a problem for defenses all year long.
Didn't find any crease in that kickoff coverage, and he'll be stopped at the 17. The Cornhuskers ready to go back to work on offense. Trailing by 3 touchdowns. If you're going to get back in it, David, the time to start is right now.
Got to start now. Defense giving up points on that last possession. Again, the offense is going to have to score, and Jesse probably score pretty quickly.
Yeah, you got to go tempo. You're going to have to try to fit in as many plays as you can throughout the rest of this game. But I think more than that, you got to eliminate the negative plays. Nope.
He's loose. He's at the 40. The 20. Touchdown, Huskers. And once he got loose, it was all over.
Really nice job working the route and getting himself open. He was able to locate the football, snag it out of the air, and this guy now has 5 receiving touchdowns on the year.
Ready to try the point after. And after the extra point, they're now down 21-7. That one's going to get a little star marked beside it on the play sheet. One play, explosive, touchdown just like that. And it'll come out to the 25. No attempt at a return. UCLA will go back to work on offense. This has been exactly the way you draw things up, David. The offense has really been moving the football.
And it's been great execution. They've done exactly what they've wanted to do. Build the lead. Now Palmer's a different animal. Now you got to protect him.
You can tell they were paying attention in practice this week in the film room because they have gone out, everybody right now on the same page.
Martin will throw it. Fires to the wideout. A strike downfield. And they'll finally get him down after a terrific pickup. The Bruins will hustle to the line. You can become a star making efficient plays and getting first down, sort of like a Mark Harmon kind of way to play quarterback for the Bruins.
And then you become a big star. And in Hollywood, what a talent to do it. Obviously, create some excitement, create some momentum, go to a Rose Bowl, just do big things at UCLA.
Use the play fake, now to throw. He makes the connection. He knew exactly where he wanted to go with that one, and they've got enough for the first down. And the Bruins come to the line with a new set of downs. Wants to throw on first down. Got a man. It's great. They make the stop after the catch, and still some work to do to pick up that first down. Quarterback feeling the pressure, and down he goes at the 22. It's third down now, and they ought to be able to get off one more play before the 2-minute warning. From the gun, wants to pass. Coming after it. Got his man on the outside. And maybe he'll get back to the line of scrimmage, but no more than that. And they'll have to settle for a field goal try. And this will be a 41-yarder coming up from the right side. That is no good. Missed the field goal, missed the chance to make it a 3-possession game, but still a 14-point lead, guys. And here comes the Nebraska offense back onto the field. Getting late here in the first half, they'll have a chance to make this a one-possession game.
And the offensive play caller here has to really be dialed in. It's important, down 2 possessions, Dave, that they're able to score some points. And you got to call your best stuff in this 2-minute situation.
And such a good opportunity to cut into a one-score game, create that momentum, get some good juices going for the second half, because obviously, you know, you built yourself a little bit of a deficit. You need some good things to happen, and it needs to happen on this possession.
Quarterback changing the plays at the line. Trying to find his man on first down. Stands in and takes the hit. And he's got it at the 30. Big gain on that one as he steps out of bounds with a first down. This offense always looking for those big, explosive plays, and now they've got it just inside the 30. Wide receiver coming across in motion. They'll throw it on first down. Quarterback can't pull the trigger, and down he goes at the 41.
What a great job by this defense setting the tone early. In the first half, they've been hitting the quarterback early and often. Make him feel uncomfortable. Make him feel that pressure. Keep getting him on the ground. That's why they've built a lead.
Oh, so close to paying off the tip drill. He had it in his hands, but it falls incomplete.
That is a tremendous job by the defender on that play, because when the ball was thrown, his head was turned around. He was watching the receiver, quickly spun the head, turned his shoulder, located the ball, and then knocked it down.
On third and long, he'll need to loosen up that arm. And he's got it inside the 10. And he'll run it into the end zone. Touchdown, Nebraska! And with the extra point, they're down a touchdown, 21-14. A very efficient 5-play scoring drive. And the final 41 yards covered by that touchdown strike. The kickoff team out there set to boot it away. And it'll be a touchback. The ball will come out to the 25-yard line. The UCLA offense is back on the field, ready to go to work. Got time, they've got the lead, and David is sort of like a doctor. First, do no harm.
Do no harm, but also momentum is hard to create and sometimes hard to stop. You have it, so Jesse, don't do anything stupid to create some momentum for the other side.
I think a lot of this comes down to your quarterback and whether or not he's making good decisions in this game. If yes, be aggressive. If not, let's just take the lead into halftime and get ready for the second half.
Got his man quickly. The offense will have to use its first timeout of the half. The new popular phrase for a favored team not really coming out of the gates quickly is that they're playing with their food. There are a lot of peas being pushed around the plate right now, guys.
Yeah, Reese, they've been stumbling around. They've been making mistakes and shooting themselves in the foot in this game. Also have to give credit to the underdog in this game because they're just playing with more intensity. They look like they wanted one.
Oh, dude, when you come out the gates in the first quarter, it's adrenaline, it's passion, it's being talked about as the underdog. As this game goes on, can they keep that intensity up? Right now, they're doing a heck of a job.
The offense will quickly use a timeout.
Timeout, UCLA.
Ball is at the 35. It's 1st and 10. Martin back to pass. Feeling some heat. Always a welcome play for the defense as they get a sack at the 47. The offense calls a timeout to stop the clock.
And that is a great job by the defense, containing and constricting the pocket. There was nowhere for the QB to go, and he did not have a lot of time. He went down quick.
He's looking to throw. Good job to avoid the negative play and just get rid of that thing. Decibels rising as the crowd gets behind this defense on 3rd down. Looking to throw, and he needs a chunk play. And the defense is all over the quarterback, and down he goes. We've got a timeout in the waning seconds of the half. Maybe a chance to get off a couple more plays. The Bruins will line up to punt it away. Let's see if he can help the coverage team out with this one. Slips through the line. Powers through. Boy, he almost finished his half with a bang, and are they lucky to get him stopped? They're eager to head to that dressing room right now. That's going to wrap up the first half here, and now we join Kevin with the halftime update.
Guys, time for everyone to take a deep breath and digest what we just saw in Lincoln.
They're lining up to boot it away.
Set to advance on the football.
And no chance at a return here. They'll start this drive at their own 25. UCLA will go back to work on offense. They had this lead to start the 3rd quarter because of the passing game. Didn't get a lot done on the ground.
They did, but the quarterback is in a rhythm. That was obvious in the first half. And so this first drive, you want to continue that. You want to see good decision-making. You want to see him playing on time. And as always, delivering the football with accuracy.
I mean, I don't know how I don't give him the football. It's the reason I built the lead. He's the guy that I can trust. This offense is built around him, so I expect more of the same here in the second half.
Crosses the 30 to the 31 and a 6-yard pickup. And the Bruins want to move quickly. Martin will throw it. He's got his man. He stopped almost immediately. He didn't get much, but he didn't need much. They've got the first down. The Bruins come to the line with a fresh set of downs. They're trying to slow that rush down with the draw. Just sort of a relentless run, getting everything that was available to him, and they'll mark him down at the 40. Now the play fake. Throws to the wideout. He's got an open man. And they are pushing the ball down the field. A big pickup on that one, and the tackle is finally made. A designed run for the quarterback. And he finds some solid space, makes a nice game before the defense is able to stop it. Going to work on second down in the red zone, and still some ground to cover to pick up that first down. From the gun, they'll give it on the inside. And maybe they want to try somewhere else because there is nothing doing in the middle of this defense. Trying to pick it up on the ground. He's brought down, but there's a flag on the play. Let's see if it stands.
Illegal block in the back. Offense.
They'll decline the penalty here and let the result of that play stand. They're happy enough to try to take the points as the field goal unit heads out. And the kicker delivers the 3-ball to finish off the drive. And now the lead is even bigger. We check in with Kevin Connors. What's going on, Kevin?
Gentlemen, let's take a look at what's happening in this exciting college football game. Army is currently trailing, but if this young star leads a comeback today, he could join former Heisman winners Blanchard and Davis and Dawkins among the legends to wear that uniform. They're trailing by just 4 to Syracuse. We've got our eye on things here and everything else going on right now, and any updates, you'll see them here. Guys?
Thanks for the update on that one, Kevin. Let us know when it goes final. A lot of work to do as this drive will start from the 16-yard line. Looking to go up top on first down. Going over the top. And he intercepts it. Bringing it back. And a big return after the INT sets up the offense for this possession.
What a nice catch by the defensive back. Listen, a lot of times you see DBs get in position to make plays, but there's a reason they play DB and not wide receiver. Great job finishing the interception, catching the ball, making a big play.
That's about as close as you can get to that marker, and it will be second and just a few breaths away from the first down. Wide receiver now comes in motion. Martin back to pass. Finds a man in the middle. He's brought down, but he's got him inside the 10. First and goal from the 8. The corners are walked up tight. He's looking to pass. It's complete on the right side. Good throw and catch. Takes it down to the 5 as the offense tries to cash in.
What's important in this game, this offense gets the running back involved out on the perimeter in space where you can do some damage. That time they got it to him throwing the football. He picked up a couple of yards, but it gives the defense something to think about.
He's knocked down in the backfield. He'll lose a couple. This defense was put in a difficult spot, but they've made it tough, and now the offense faces third and goal. From the gun, wants to pass. Makes the grab. And they've got him down after the short completion, but they inch closer and closer to pay dirt. And on fourth down, they'll try to salvage the drive with a field goal. From the right hash, and this distance makes that angle not quite so severe. The official says no good. Guys, a double-digit lead is good, but more would have been better.
Well, everybody in the stadium thought that was an automatic 3. Not so fast. Bad miss by the kicker.
The Cornhuskers ready to go back to work on offense. Well, let's see if this drive goes better than the last one. They were in and out quickly after the quick pick, David.
Yeah, first play.
Oh, he's going to try to hit him deep. And that one falls.
On first down.
Tried to go over the top on first down. Second down coming up.
Second down.
make the connection last time. Let's see if they throw it again. On second down, they'll take to the air. Grabbed in the middle, it's Nelson. Makes the tackle at the 30 after he picked up 10. Ever since they invented the forward pass, the tight ends have been running the drag and getting the first down.
I think it's because the tight ends just so much versatility. You know, they can block and stay in the formation, or they can release and come out. But either way, if the quarterback's patient most of the time, that drag route's going to come open.
They'll throw it on first down. He's going to fire deep. And that ball is hauled in inside the 35. And a pickup of better than 30 yards on that completion before the defense brings him down. The Huskers will snap it on 1st and 10. Looking to move it through the air. Dumps it to the back. And the physical play there forces the incompletion on 1st down. After the misfire, it's 2nd down. Looking to throw it again. Pressure coming. And this sophomore able to wreak some havoc and get the sack. Man, he was back there and in the quarterback's face before the Bruin faithful could finish an 8 clap.
I mean, just getting off the ball so quick, penetrating. When you got defensive linemen that can get upfield, rush the quarterback, every Bruins fan will be jacked up.
Quarterback making adjustments with his receivers. On 3rd and long, he's going to have to turn one loose downfield. Finds him out of the backfield, and he's not going to get there. The defense stands tall and makes the stop. Now it looks as if they'll settle for the field goal try. It is true as he puts 3 on the board. So after putting 3 on the board, the kickoff team is out there ready to boot it away. No shot at a return. It's out of the end zone, and it'll be a touchback. The UCLA offense is back on the field, ready to go to work. We talk about settling for points, but sometimes when you have to settle for nothing, David, it can be demoralizing.
Yeah, and it can definitely be frustrating. And I think it leads you to say maybe I go for it more. But, Jesse, I think this offense just needs to put another drive together and just finish stronger.
Yeah, and be a little bit less predictable, too, especially as they get closer and closer down to the end zone.
Man, when I can run the football like that on 1st down and create 2nd and inches and stay way ahead of the sticks and be in a position now where I can throw the football or run, I will have a lot of success on the offensive side of the football.
We've been treated to an aerial show by these two guys so far as you check out their numbers. 1st down to start the drive after the break. He'll keep it himself. And they try to run inside, and there is nowhere to go. And the Bruins headed quickly to the line. Martin will throw it. Quick strike complete. And they finally haul him down, but not before the good catch and run. The Bruins are marching down the field.
This offense is not letting up, guys. They've got a lead here late, and they are still taking shots. They're still looking for explosive plays. This defense just has...
And it's intercepted. A huge 4th quarter play for this defense. And they'll close in on him after a good return on the interception.
Let's go. Talk about leaving the door open. Yes, please. You think they might run the clock out, run the football consistently? No, sir. They put it in the air. We forced the interception. Great job by the defense. When they needed it the most, they came through.
And how about the efficiency on that one? It'll bring up 2nd and 4.
That's a really good job by the defense, reacting to what they see. They see the quarterback flip it forward on the touch pass. Now I got to go get it, right? Corral that football. He picked up some yards, yeah, but you didn't give up that big explosive play, and now you have to make him earn it now in the next.
And the freshman will chalk up a sack.
And there's no mystery as to why this team's losing today. They've given up 5 sacks. They cannot keep their quarterback upright, and you just saw another example of it right there. He has never been able to get into rhythm throwing the football.
Nice job to pick up the first down, and they'll spot it at the 42. Here's this offense with a fresh set of downs.
Really nice timing. Nice job by the quarterback. He drops back to pass, but how about...
Fires deep toward the end zone. And incomplete on the deep ball.
You know, I feel for this offense, if they're going to get back in the game, I don't know if they're going to be able to do it with chunk plays. They're going to have to be methodical and generate some first downs and march down the field.
4 wide out set, 2 on either side on 2nd and 10. He's looking to throw. He'll take another shot here. And he pulls it in inside the 15-yard line.
Well, how about the offense setting that play up? We've seen earlier in the game a couple shorter throws, just trying to suck those safeties closer to the line of scrimmage, anticipating that they would get an opportunity to take a shot. They called the perfect play at the perfect time right there.
He's looking to throw it. He got it. On the defense, shoves him out of bounds at the 2.
That's a good job by the drag route there, understanding its zone coverage. So instead of continuing to run across the field, he settles down into an open spot, making it easy for his quarterback.
Operating in the red zone here on 2nd down. And he's loose, and he'll take it to the house. Touchdown, Cornhuskers!
This is like having an extra running back in your backfield. This quarterback is magic. When he decides to keep the football, he can make people look absolutely silly. He shows you on that play.
And no problem on that extra point, and we have a tie ball game here in the 4th. We've got a dandy going here, all tied up in the 4th quarter and about to kick it away. He thought about bringing that out for a half second, but he'll take a knee and they'll bring it to the 25. UCLA will go back to work on offense. That last drive was promising for a while, but you just can't mess it up at the end with the pick, Jesse.
No, you got to be able to finish drives, especially in this game if you're going to win. And David, they've got to be able to eliminate the mental mistakes.
Yeah, and I don't think you get conservative or play it safe. You can trust your guy. I think you put the ball right back in his hands and let him do his thing.
He'll come out throwing on 1st down. A shot toward the end zone. Falls incomplete, and he did everything perfectly except catch the football. 2nd down coming.
And perfect timing. Got there right when the ball got there. Didn't get there a little bit early. Saving the touchdown. Nice timing by that defender.
They'll line up for a 2nd down play. Wide receiver shows motion. 2nd and 10. He'll throw again. He's right on target. They stop him almost immediately. Short gain there, and still a little ground to cover to pick up the 1st. He'll just keep slinging it. Just a short pass to the tight end. And they stop him just short of the stick. It'll bring up a decision on 4th down.
I mean, good news here, they get the completion. Bad news, though, not enough to pick up the 1st down. The target there, he's got to do a better job understanding where the 1st down marker is, make sure he gets the right depth on his route. Now, all of a sudden, head coach has a big decision.
In his sophomore season, he's really learned to find that running room. And the Bruins in the hurry-up. That's the mindset of this entire offense. They're not going to let you off the hook just because it's 4th. And this will be picked off. A costly turnover in a tie game. The return never really got started, but boy, he has set his team up at the 28. The defense was looking for a huge play in this tie game, and they have just given their team a great opportunity.
I think, Reese, at this point of the game, tied late, it's going to come down to who can make the most plays. The defense comes up with a massive play, creating that turnover. Outstanding job by the D. All 11 guys being on the same page, now putting their offense in a great position.
Picked up 2 yards on that last one. They need 8 on second down. Quarterback will audible. He's looking for an open man on second down. Caught over the middle. It's Nelson. Excellent job working through the air there, finding a hole in that defense and picking up a first down.
I'll tell you, this quarterback has just been in a great rhythm all game long. With that last completion, he's now over 300 yards passing.
He's going to pass. Finds his man. It's Lloyd. He was running through tackles and picked up the first down and finally got knocked down. The clock stopped. 2 minutes left to play in this one. The Cornhuskers with the 1st and 10. Quarterback keeper. And a nice solid pickup there before the defense wrestles him to the ground.
Well, I don't know what the quarterback saw in that last play, but he made a pretty quick decision that he was just going to tuck it and run it, and his offensive coordinator is glad he did. How about the speed by the QB on that play?
Nice, solid form tackle from this sophomore.
Quarterbacks generally, guys, we know, they're not as big and not as physical runners as running backs, so it is going to be trickier for them to break tackles. I like the idea of getting the design quarterback run game going, but moving forward, let's see if we can get him out to the perimeter.
They love to make this kick easier by picking up a few on third down. It's 56 yards out from here. From the gun, wants to pass. Got his man. Quick timeout by the defense there, trying to make sure everyone has the same call. He might have expected to see this DB up in his receiver's kitchen. Instead, nice little zone, and they pick up the first.
Man, offenses are getting so good, Reese, at seeing the holes in the zone, knowing you're in zone, knowing where to sit down, how to make it an easy pitch and catch for the quarterback, and that's what it was on 3rd and short.
He's run out of bounds, but not before, turning in a big pickup and moving the sticks for a first down. It's a fine line right now between being aggressive, trying to win it here, and not blowing the game with a turnover. Able to pick his way forward for a decent game before the defense gets him down.
It's all tied up. This offensive line, they want the pressure. They want everything to go through them here. They're saying, look, let's just run the ball. Let's get this thing down closer and closer to the goal line. Let's bleed some clock and put ourselves in a position to win.
The defense calls the timeout, and that's their last one of the half.
You got to call the game to win it right now. Less than a minute to go. A field goal is going to do it for you. Every time you drop back and throw the ball, you're risking taking a sack. So if you're going to throw it, the ball's got to come out quickly. But I think at this juncture, you'd love to be able to run and give your field goal kicker a chance.
Calls his own number. And the Huskers pick up the first down. Clock stops momentarily for the first down. They'll hurry to the line. He'll take it himself. They get him on the ground at the 3-yard line, but this defense is taking some punches.
Man, that quarterback can go. Just another guy in another system all across college football. All quarterbacks nowadays, they got so much speed, it's ridiculous.
Man, I'm telling you, that has to be exhausting for the defensive lineman trying to chase down guys like that.
It's silly because even when it's a design play and it's a design run like here, fine. But then it's scramble plays and then it's passing plays. He's always a runner, just exhausting.
That's the entire scenario you build up in your head in the